Well, good morning. I had a nice night here at the little campsite right up from the road. Could definitely hear that road for quite a while, and then I guess everybody went home. A little slow this morning, but there's been a few cars. A little rain last night. Take a look. I don't know if you can see my dry area down there where I camped. Not too bad of rain. In fact, my food bag wasn't even wet. It was hanging under an evergreen tree. And usually it gets wet because the earth sacks aren't waterproof. But it's fine. So, like a drizzly rain all night. So I'm about to head out here, heading to Iron Mountain Shelter. That's my goal for today. So the path has been like this. Just a walk in a park, even when it's going up. It's very scenic, grass on the side. I just passed 3 piles of bear poop. And I also passed several areas where you could see maintainers have been up here. So thank you. I can't remember the organization that's taking care of this. But look at the view out there. I just came from that way. So even though this is just a rolling along, I think by the time I get to my next destination, I will have climbed 3,000 and gone downhill for about that same, maybe more. I don't know. It's cumulative because that's what you do all day long, up and down, up and down. But it's not bad because it's not like up, 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 up all day. At some point, I'm going to cross a pasture. So there'll be some nice views there for about a half a mile. Beautiful trail this morning. Loving it. Okay, I'm going to preface this by saying the downs never look as steep as they are on camera. But I just huffed up that right there. But look at this nice little surprise. As you turn and do the last little push, look at a view, sunshine, everything that's lovely about hiking right here. Right there. Oh man. And that, as I've said before, my friends, is why I hike. Well, all of it. All of it, really. I like the woods, I like the meadows. And I'm going to go that way. I might have to sit here and take this in for a minute. I think I will. And just when you think it doesn't get better than sitting here on the side of the trail, drinking part of your second breakfast, a hummingbird came by. He went right out there. I was hoping he'd come back. And he whizzed by me and he landed right there. That is the second time on this journey that I've had a hummingbird do that. You know what the best thing about this morning is? There's been no mosquitoes buzzing around. Let me tell you, that is divine. Divine. It's the best day after my birthday that I think I could ask for right here. And the cool thing about this scene is, it's always changing. Oh well, I guess I gotta move on and see what's that way. Pick that up, carry it. See the white blazes? They have, that's one of the things I've noticed, like fresh white blazes in this area. They've really done some work cleaning out the runoffs so that the water will actually run off the trail. All right, goodbye, my little happy place here. Okay, do you hear all the birds? See, that's what you usually hear. But when I first came out, Remember I commented? It was deathly quiet. Not a bird chirping. Still tromping through the woods. But here's an example of what the maintainers are doing. Just clearing out that area right there. Every time there's a log jam like that, you can see that the dirt has been cleared out so that the water will run off the trail instead of having those lovely ankle deep hikes. 0 hikers today so far, but in the space of about 2 miles I've seen 6 big piles of bear poop. So either I have one bear with a very overactive digestive system, or there's a lot of bears out here. And I was trying to gauge, I don't think I said yesterday, my bear encounter yesterday, that bear was probably up 40-50 feet in that tree, and he looked like a monkey coming down. I'm pretty sure I saw swinging fast. I wish I could have gotten a picture of that. That's pretty darn amazing. Not too much further to the shelter. Take another break. This little bit might not be as exciting to everyone, but look at these old fence posts over here. You know they're old. I don't know how old. And the only reason why I say that, because my grandpa had fence posts like this, and I believe my dad had put up some like this. And they've been all along this walk, and there's old rusty barbed wire hanging off of them. So, years and years ago, someone came up here and built themselves a fence. Haven't seen any bear poop in a while, so maybe he, she, they live back there in that 2-mile section. But there was a sign at one of the crossings or somewhere along the line that said, the Appalachian Trail Conservancy recommends that if you're hiking in Georgia, North Carolina, and Tennessee, you use a bear canister. I don't know. I wonder if the bears will remember their tactics now that there's not so many hikers out. All I have to do is get through 3 more days, though. Well, 3 more nights. 3 more nights. You know, one, I will be camping out in bear territory. In fact, in AWOL's book, there's big bear imprinted on the page. So, but there's no places to stay. It's either that or get a ride to a hostel, and I really am trying to avoid hostels. And these are COVID times, and I've avoided them to this point, except my camp out at Trent's Grocery. So I'd rather not. And other than that, my other 2 nights will be in shelter areas. So, of course, I don't think they have a bear box or anything. That was a smart thing Virginia did, adding bear boxes to their shelters and camping areas. So instead of closing shelters so people can't go there, put a bear box there. I know it's an expense, but I can't do 20 miles a day to get somewhere past a bear area. You hear that rattling? At first it was annoying. It's something hitting. I have a little tube of Neosporin that's hitting my plastic pea style, just because that's where I keep it, in that little pouch. At first it annoyed me, but then I'm like, no, I need to be making some racket as I walk along here. Besides my talking to myself, talking in my video, and singing. So, in fact, I think that's what the bear heard yesterday. My clunky self coming down the trail. There you go. Double spring shelter. Clean. Nice. Another cement block shelter with a hiker graffiti board. Awesome. Okay. I'm gonna keep walking. I'll tell you why in a minute. Heading on to find a sunny place to take a break and finish my morning frappuccino. Yeah, that wasn't as sunny as I wanted it to be. Okay, so there's a tent back there that I passed. It's like a 4-person tent. Like nobody goes backpacking with a big tent like that. Unless you're more than one person. With great big giant backpacking stuff. Well, more like camping stuff. I don't know. Didn't look like a backpacker. Whoever it was packing up or doing something inside. I could hear them. But I'm not hanging around a place. Could just be somebody out for a couple of days. But dang. It was not a backpacking tent. It's a big tent. Probably 8 feet. Maybe 6 to 8 feet. Squared. Could have been a partner up in the woods. Who knows? But play it safe. Radar went up. Hiking on. And since I don't have to worry about them coming this way, nobody's going southbound. Everybody's going northbound. Okay. Well, I'm gonna hike a little fast right here. Just to get on up the way, find me a sunny spot. Break time. Hungry. Okay, right after the scary tent, hiking, fast as I can. Probably nothing, but I'm just, when I'm solo, I'm cautious. When I cross a road, I'll listen till there's no cars, then I'll pop out of the woods and pop in and move as fast as I can to get out of sight. That's just, I think, being safe. But just as I passed the shelter and I was hiking along, here come all of these people, like all these people, 19 of them, very nice, friendly folk, spoke to many of them. It's an old-timers hiking group out of Johnson City, and they're just hiking, I guess there's a road down here, up to the shelter and back. So, nice people, and I'm so encouraged because they looked older than me. So, yeah, I could do that, hike up to a shelter and back. Oh yeah. Well, my hiking days won't be over for a long time. So anyway, that was kind of cool. And they asked me, did I have enough water? Did I need anything? Great, folks. Every one of them was smiling. So there you go. Scary moment, happy moment. And like I said, probably just somebody out backpacking, and that's the only tent they had. This section, I tell you, if you're going to do a little section hike, I recommend the Damascus going south this way. It's just beautiful. Just a lovely hike. It's not hard. It's not technical. Get a few views. I have Watauga Lake views to look forward to. It's just been a delight. I don't know if it's because it's my, I'm winding down on my mouths and I'm just like savoring it, but I've just found this part really scenic. And just came from that way. Had a little mini break in a log. But look at these stones all along here. And there's more around the corner, but somebody has made this quite the little path right here. Anyway, usually you don't see that along the Appalachian Trail. I just thought it was kind of cool. I'm not far from a road. That's where the hiking group hiked up from. Just from the road up to the shelter. I think it's like 2.5 miles. Something like that. So, here's more life in the day of a hiker. So, I'm going to a shelter tonight to tent. I'm planning on tenting. But the water source for this shelter is 0.2 miles north of the shelter, which, unless I want to do about a 0.5 mile round trip, I'm going to want to take water with me. And about 1/3 of a mile now, maybe a little bit more, is a pipe spring here, but that would mean I would be carrying water with me all day. Now, there's a comment on Guthook saying that it's flowing nicely. There is another spot up the way. I think there's another pipe spring about 3 miles up the way. No comment, so I don't know. And then you cross a stream. And then, okay, no comment, so I don't know if those are flowing. When it gets in the summertime, a lot of these places will dry up. But we have had some rain within the past couple weeks and few days, really, week. So I'm thinking I'm going to be okay. Or I can wait till 6 miles from now, which is probably what I'll do, and take a little walk. It's 200 feet off of the trail to a really good water source. Again, no comments, so the worst case scenario is I miss any of those. And the reason why I say that, because used to, water sources weren't marked as well. I notice nowadays they're nicely marked. So it's pretty hard to go past one and miss it. But worst case scenario, I get to the shelter and I just go get my water north of the shelter. But I am going to pick up an extra liter right up here at this pipe spring, just because I suck down water in the morning, and then I can just replenish and go. But anyway, it looks like today, at least I won't be carrying water with me all day like I have been for the past 2 days. That's a pain. And if you're not careful how you put it on your backpack, it throws it off. And sometimes I'm lazy and I'll just cram it in wherever. No, mistake. You'll pay for it. So I finally got smart yesterday and balanced all my water out. Alright, well, this is just basically downhill for a while. All that work we did to go uphill is just being totally undone right now. And some cows. I don't know if you can see. Man, they have got Nat Central over there. Poor guys. I'm sorry, fellas. Girls. Right there. Much better solution than climbing the ladder. Oh, I love these sections. And there's some awesome people up there. part of the group from Johnson City, but it's just gorgeous. Okay, I'm told right over there, not the furthest ones, but the next ones coming forward, there are 2 peaks, and one of those is Mount Rogers. The other one is White Top. Okay, let me tell you, that Old Timers Club from Johnson City, they can fly. They hiked up there, probably had a break, and hiked back. I walked and talked to some of them on the way back, so I didn't get as many pictures of the lovely pasture walk as I normally would have, but I got some. Now I'm back in the woods. I got a feeling I'm going to get into Iron Mountain Shelter super early. So I know my body would like a little rest, just because when I started out a couple of days ago, I was really pushing it, just because I wasn't sure how long it would take me to get past Damascus into a campsite, or if I could even find a campsite. And then yesterday was 13, probably more closer to 14 miles. It was a little haul, and it's probably more than my body straight out of the chute is okay with. I mean, I feel fine today. I think hauling all the extra water those 2 days has taken its toll on my back and hips. And I know I'm going to have to carry some more water as I head towards the Watauga Lake area. And also the next shelter, well, I'm not staying at that shelter, so it doesn't matter, but the water sources are steep downhill. Also, there's rain in the forecast, but also, that being said, there's anywhere from 40 to 50% chance that it won't rain. So I'm going to go with those odds. I'm still walking. Think about that for a minute. Can you imagine getting up every day and walking from, say, 7:30, 8 o'clock to anywhere from 4 to 7, depending on the day? Now, and I know a lot of other hikers I've met, they start earlier and they hike later. Yeah. My speed is 7:30 to 8. Head out. And with that, I'm still getting up before daylight, because it takes a minute to pack up, make breakfast, eat breakfast, make lunch, do your chores, brush your teeth. But then think about a through hiker for 4 to 6 months, anywhere from 4 to 6 months basically. Think about it. Every day, March, April to September, October, something like that. Those hikers are getting up every day and walking all day. Now, yeah, you have town days, you have 0 days, and some get off the trail to go to weddings and whatnot. But yeah, I don't know. I like being out for a while. I'm not sure I'm cut out for the 6 months. I'd do 3 months. 3 months 1 year, 3 months the next year. That way I wouldn't have to be in the freezing cold weather much. And another up, of course. Of course. This is rolling. We are climbing. It is a little bit of a climb here. Oh, but it's a pleasant hike. And the climb isn't too bad. I mean, it was really steep back there. Then you have a flat spot for a little while. Then you go down, then you go up, then you go flat, then you go down, then you go up. Repeat. I'm gonna keep going. Another gorgeous view. Birds up there. Four little butterflies out there on those red flowers. Well, I did find my water source before the shelter, so I don't have to go 2/10 of a mile further and back. It's a beautiful little area, but it's full of stinging nettles. Those things right there. Oh, Lord. And I came from up there, so it's not a very far walk. And I've got water for the night, but this is my water source. It's cold and clear. There was a frog in it. It is trickling, but it's what we refer to as a scoopable water source. Okay. I was surprised to even have a water source up here on this ridge, because usually there's not. So it was marked with a blaze. And it's just straight down there. Not bad. 200 feet. All right. On to camp early today. Hiking along. And I saw this little trail and I forgot that there's a monument up here. I don't know if you can read it. Uncle Nick Grindstaff, born December 26, 1851, died July 22nd, 1923. Lived alone, suffered alone, and died alone. Apparently he was a hermit who lived in the area. Nick Grindstaff was somebody's uncle. Almost makes it look like he's buried here, doesn't it? But I think it's just a memorial. I'm all set up over there. I've eaten everything I can think of. Trying to get that back down, because tomorrow I gotta carry water. Ugh. So anyway, I'm gonna go put my bear bag up somewhere out there and crawl into my tent and read.